Hello everyone, hello, welcome to LIWiS. This is Learning isiXhosa with Sonwa, and this is our 17th episode together. Our Xhosa series, or our Xhosa learning series, uses the novel set in South Africa, which is called In Search of Happiness. In Search of Happiness, that's the novel that we are using as a tool to learn, learning in that context of fiction that is set in the real places where we live. To learn isiXhosa. We are coming to you from Blank Studios, #blank_studios. Check them out on Instagram, and thank you to Blank for allowing us to use this beautiful space. Now today we are still with the first chapter, which is titled Kudala, ezilalini. Kudala is long ago. Kudala, ezilalini, in the villages. So that's the title of this chapter. And the paragraph that we're extracting a sentence from to translate, I'll read that paragraph just to remind us to remind ourselves. That paragraph reads as follows: There was life before Agnes. Although I must admit, I can hardly believe how life would be without her now. How could I ever live the lonely life again? Lonely, 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 as if I were the only one in the world with such feelings, such desires, such dreams. In the whole wide world, the only one. Without choosing, for I am who I am. But there was this time before Agnes, when I was still a child with so much to learn. So that last part, that last sentence, that's what we're going to focus on to translate, into isiXhosa and learn the words that are used in that sentence. Reading that last sentence again, it goes, without choosing. In fact, it's not a sentence, it's a couple of sentences. It's an extract, it's a couple of sentences. Without choosing, for I am who I am. But there was this time before Agnes, when I was still a child with so much to learn. So that's the part that we're zoning in to translate together. How would you translate that in isiXhosa? How does it go? Without choosing, ngaphandle kokukhetha. Ngaphandle kokukhetha. For I am who I am. Kuba ndinguye, endinguye. Kuba ndinguye, endinguye. But there was this time before Agnes. Kodwa, kwakukho, ixesha phambi kuka-Agnes. There was this time before Agnes. Kwakukho ixesha phambi kuka-Agnes. Ndisengumntwana. Kuninzi ekusafuneka ndikufundile. When I was still a child with so much to learn, Kuninzi ekusafuneka ndikufundile. And that's how that part would read in isiXhosa. I'd like to read it again, or go through it again in one go. Ngaphandle kokukhetha. Kuba ndinguye, endinguye. Kwakukho, kodwa, but kodwa, kwakukho ixesha phambi kuka-Agnes. Ndisengumntwana, kuninzi ekusafuneka ndikufundile, with so much to learn. Now breaking it down word for word, ngaphandle. Now nga is at or on or by or with nga. The nga, the prefix, because phandle means outside or out. Phandle means out or outside. So nga phandle is without. So that's how you'd use that nga. Nga is with, out, and phandle. So without. Nga means with. Nga, and phandle is outside. Phandle is outside. And the second word there in that first part, in that first sentence reads as kokukhetha. Now, kukhetha is to choose. Ndiyakhetha is to choose. Ndiyakhetha. Ndikhethe ukuzorekhoda namhlanje. I chose to come and record today. Ngaphandle kokuba ndibukele sport. Without, I chose to come and record and not watch sport instead. So ukukhetha is to choose. Ukukhetha, when people vote, they vote for SRC members, the Student Representative Council at school. They're voting. Bayakhetha, they vote. Bayakhetha. People vote for leaders in different aspects, in different areas. Bayakhetha, so they choose the person to lead them, and then hopefully they choose right, and they choose somebody who will acknowledge and know and respect diversity and respect different opinions and allow airtime and space for different opinions. So that's the hope when people go and vote, that we vote for something like that says we are not alone in this world, but we're going to share this world one way or another. So kukhetha is to unyulo or ukhetho, that's voting, ukhetha. But if we bring it back to this context, ngaphandle kokukhetha, without choosing, without choosing. Kuba ndinguye, endinguye, because for I am who I am, that's what she's saying there. Kuba is for I am, Kuba, a reason, following that. But Kodwa means okay, but Kodwa isn't but, Kodwa. Kwakukho, there was, kwakukho, kukho, ubukho is presence, kukho, kwakukho. The kwa is the past tense. It's added to mark that word as a past tense. Kwakukho, there was presence of life. Kwakukho, ixesha, there was presence of time. Ixesha is time. Ixesha is the time. Ngaphambi, before, phambi is before, kuka-Agnes, of Agnes, kuka-Agnes. Ndisengumntwana, a state I was in at the time, ndise, state of being, ndisengumntwana. So at the time I was a child. Ndisengumntwana or ndisengumntana, some people will say, depending on where you are in the Eastern Cape or where you are in South Africa. Some people will say umntana or umtwana. Both these words are correct to mean a child. Kuninzi is a lot. Kuninzi okwenzeka emhlabeni kwezi ntsuku. That sentence means there's a lot that is happening in the world these days. There's a lot that is happening in the world these days. And we hope that the positive, okulungileyo, the right things, outweigh the negative things that happen in the world. Kuninzi. I was also listening to a podcast, the Season Mpofu SWX Season Mpofu Wash podcast, which I follow, and he was had Ubaba Obrimashiko as his guest the other day, and he made me laugh when he talked about, he said, the youth of today speak, and they to borrow from the term that's used by the youth of today, they say kuningi yon, kuningi yes, or something something like that. So kuningi yeah. So that's an example of a neologism, like a new word that's come up, in the way we speak and how we bring languages together, and marry languages together in one word. Kuningi yes, for instance. Perhaps this is something I should know. I don't know. I'm not very plugged into how the youth of today speak. I'm 41, so let me say the generations that are coming, after me, your 20s and your 18-year-olds. I'm not very plugged in how in how they speak. Ekusafuneka, that are still needed. Ufuneka is to need it, is to need. Funeka, ekusafuneka, ndikwenze, that are still needed to do. Ekusafuneka, ndikwazi, that are still needed to know. Ekusafuneka. Funeka is needed, to be needed. Uyafuneka, he is needed. Uyafuneka, needed. This person is needed. Uyafuneka. And funeka is also a person's name as well. Ndikufunde, ukufunda, we are learning together. Siyafunda sonke. Ukufunda is to learn, Okay, so that's how, did I just say okay? Okay, all right. So that's how that part would be translated into isiXhosa. Without choosing, for I am who I am. But there was this time before Agnes, when I was still a child, with so much to learn. Ngaphandle, kokukhetha. Kuba ndinguye, endinguye. Kodwa, kwakukho, ixesha, ngaphambi kuka-Agnes. Ndisengumntwana. Kuninzi, kuninzi, ekusafuneka, ndikufundile, that I still needed to learn. Please practice with us, and you're welcome to use the number 0798332310 to learn isiXhosa with us. I make videos daily to teach my participants isiXhosa. You can be in a WhatsApp group with your friends, or we can set up a group, just me and you. We've got it set up like that. I teach isiXhosa daily, and between Monday and Friday, I send 5-minute videos and text to teach isiXhosa. Please join that if you'd like to learn isiXhosa. Some people are on 2 days a week, some people are on 5 days a week, some people are on 1 day a week, some people are on 4 days a week. It depends on how much and where you are in the isiXhosa journey, and how much you would like to learn per week. So it is flexible like that. We are coming to you from Blank Studios, #blank_studios_. See you next time. Bye-bye.